great day. So I'm standing in front of our pantry because that's what I'm going to be working on in this video. I ordered a new organizer for the pantry. It's going to go on the back of the door, and I think it's going to add some much needed extra storage space for my pantry. I do have a deep freeze in my pantry. I actually built our pantry around the small deep freeze because I just needed somewhere for it to go. We didn't have anywhere else in the house for it, and I really wanted it inside the house because our garage is not attached to the house. In fact, it's way across the yard, and so it just worked out where I built the pantry around the deep freeze, leaving plenty of room for airflow and all of that. I know it probably raises some eyebrows, but I really wanted it to be in the house. I am contemplating going ahead and moving it to the garage so that I can have extra storage space in here, but that's something that I'm probably going to be doing in the future, probably not in this video. But for right now, I just want to organize what I have with the space that I have and see if I can utilize this space a little bit better. So let me show you what it's looking like. It is a mess, and then I'll get started. So I do have some other organizational items that I've ordered that haven't arrived yet. So this video will be over a few days time, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it's looking like right now, and then we'll hang up the organizer and see how that looks. So it's actually been several weeks since I started filming this video and hung up the organizer. So if you see the way things are organized change just a little bit throughout the video, then that is why. We've actually been living with it for a few weeks, and I've been kind of brainstorming how I want this space to function for our family, picking up different bins here and there. And so now I'm ready to get back to it, tackle this project, and finally get it organized, and I'm excited about getting that done. And so now I'm going to share how I installed the organizer in our pantry, and I am really happy with it. Like I said, we've had it up for a few weeks now, and so far I'm really enjoying it. So I knew I wanted to add an organizer to the back of the pantry door for some much needed extra storage space. We've had one in our bathroom linen closet for quite a few years, but it's just not the best quality, so I did some searching online. This one had really great reviews, and it had some really good tips on assembling it and hanging it up. So I decided to go with this one. So I'm just taking everything out of the box and reading the instructions and going from there. So I have all of my tools and everything ready to go. I actually did go ahead and put the top on one of these brackets or rails. I'm not exactly sure what the correct name is. I don't think it actually says on the instructions. But the only things that I also got out that they did not show that you need is a pair of pliers, and then in the reviews they said to use zip ties to help secure it, and also command hooks. So I have some of those ready to go as well. So let's put this thing together. So in reading the reviews on this organizer, there were a lot of people that recommended using zip ties on all of the joints to secure it even further. So that's what I'm going to do next. were also recommendations to use command hooks to help secure the uprights or the rails, I'm not sure what these are called, to the door, so that when you're opening and closing the door, they're not moving around, bouncing off the door and all of that. So I'm just gonna attach a couple of the shelves just to give me an idea of where my width needs to be for the uprights, and then I'll use some command hooks to secure it to the door. I have it all installed. I have to figure out where I want the shelves and all of that, but I ended up using 6 of the command hooks, and I just had to scoot the uprights to where I had something to attach the command hooks to because of these recessed areas of the door. I used 6 of the command hooks and 12 of the little zip ties. I put 2 at each joint and then a command hook just under that. And I did put a command hook at the bottom as well, and it's very secure to the door now. It's not flopping around at all. In fact, the only noise is the pantry sign banging back and forth. But I think it looks really good, and I think it's really gonna help in adding that extra needed storage space in the pantry. So now I'm just gonna get the shelves placed where I think I want them to go. They're really easy to change up and then go from there. Ready to get back to organizing my pantry, and so I thought I'd go ahead, pick up some items so that I can restock what I'm getting low on as well. So I had a grocery pickup order, so I thought I'd go ahead and include a grocery haul with you as well. And I'm going to attempt to do this pretty quickly because there are a lot of cold items that need to be put away. So let me show you what I picked up, and then we'll get back to the pantry. So here is a look at the items that I picked up today, and this is a little bit more than I normally buy, but I was restocking some of the items in the pantry. I did get a box of lasagna noodles because we were getting low on that, a package of 15 granola bars in the chocolate chip, and then I got a white cake mix and some white frosting. I used all of mine up over the 4th of July. And then a package of chocolate chips because I need to restock that container, some crackers and some Cheez-Its, and then a package of sandwich cookies, a package of chocolate and vanilla pudding. I think it got a little mashed, but that's okay. Some grape jelly for the pantry and some cream of chicken soup. Then I also got some hamburger buns, hot dog buns, 2 packages of tortilla shells, the low carb. And I've mentioned this before, but I use these instead of bread. I use these for hamburgers, for wraps, all of that. That's just what I do. A loaf of Italian bread. I like to use these instead of pizza crust. And then a loaf of wheat bread. a 4-ounce bag of chopped pecans, a 8-ounce bag of chopped walnuts. I actually ordered the 4-ounce, but they gave me the 8-ounce as a substitute, so that was a good deal. And then I also got a 1-pound package of whole natural almonds, and also some peanuts. And I'm gonna be making granola with all of these, so that's why I kind of went on a nut kick. I also picked up one of the mayo that I like to use, and then the one that my husband likes. I also got a bottle of ranch dressing as well as a bottle of ketchup to put in the pantry. So moving on to the cold items, I got 1 container of cookies and cream ice cream and 1 container of cookie dough. And then the one that I like is Halo Top in the vanilla bean. That's the one I like to use. And then I also got some yogurts. And I'm gonna try this one out. If you like it, let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I usually get the Chobani, but I thought I'd go ahead and give that one a try. So we'll see what I think of that one. And then I also got a package of Colby Monterey Jack cheese, the 24 slices, and one of the Swiss, some Colby Jack shredded cheese, some of the turkey lunch meat, and then some Black Forest ham. My husband likes that one. And then I got some spring mix for salads, a gallon of milk, and a container of the Holy Guacamole minis in the spicy. I really like these. And then a package of waffles. So I also got a package of the smoked sausage, some Italian mild sausage, and then some smoked sausages for cooking out this weekend, and then some Canadian bacon to make pizza with. So I picked up 3 boxes of cereal, 2 in the almond crunchy honey oats, and then 1 in the Rice Krispies. And I know I've said that before, but we think the generic tastes just as good as the name brand, so I go with the generic in that one. And then I also got a box of the instant oatmeal in the maple and brown sugar. And I also picked up this creamer. My daughter likes this one. It's the Silk Almond Creamer, sweet and creamy. And then I picked up 2 of the organic almond milk, unsweetened. I like this one. And then I also got this one for my daughter, the unsweetened original. She likes that one. And then I picked up a pancake syrup, some chips. I just got potato chips, Cheetos, and then some of the organic blue corn chips. I also picked up trash bags and bars of soap and some dishwasher pods and some shipping envelopes. I needed those for my job. Glue sticks just to have because I didn't have any. And then I really like this one. I just like breaking off a piece here and there. I don't really do a lot of sweets, but this is one that I like to have on hand. And then I also picked up one of these as kind of a sweet treat once in a while type of thing. And then these are also for the pantry, some mints to keep in there. And I think that's all of the food items I got. I also picked up some dog food and some charcoal for the grill and all of that. But that is the majority of what I purchased. And it was almost $200 with the tax. So that is a look at what I got. I'm gonna put all of the cold items away and then get back to work on the pantry. So here's what it's looking like right now, and I am ready to tackle this and get it organized. I've been kind of brainstorming how I want to go about it, what I want to do. I need to restock some items like the marshmallows and chocolate chips, lasagna, all that kind of thing. And I do have some, and then I have a lot of snacks that I need to get in containers. And I do have several containers that I've picked up. They're just sitting here on this little side table waiting on me to use them. So we'll see what I decide to use out of those. But yeah, I'm ready to get this done. So let's get started. So So I decided to start by refilling the containers that I knew needed to be filled back up and go from there. I chose not to remove everything from the pantry. I felt like I had my canned goods pretty well organized. I was happy with how they looked. So for now, I'm just refilling the containers and then I'm going to organize as I go along. So these particular containers I picked up at Dollar Tree. You've probably seen me share these before. I picked up several of these. I filled one up with all kinds of different snacks, gave it as a gift. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to use a couple of these in my pantry for packaged snacks. My daughter actually uses some of these at her coffee station for her different coffees and teas. I think that's a fun idea, but I did notice that they still had these in stock at my local Dollar Tree the last time that I checked. But if you're looking for containers like this and not able to find them at your local stores, I have seen similar containers at Walmart in the party section at a different price point. And I got these baskets. It came in a set of 2 off of Amazon, and you can use them separate if you want to, or you can stack them. And I thought these would work out in the pantry really nicely for my onions and potatoes, so I am going to try that out. These are smaller size containers, so I can't really attest to how many potatoes this will hold because I'm using potatoes that I actually grew in my garden. I didn't have like a 5-pound bag that I was using, so I'm not really sure how much they will actually hold, but I'm really happy with them so far, and I could think of several uses for containers like this. So while I'm refilling containers and working on organizing the pantry, I thought I would share just a little bit on how I stock my pantry on a budget. I do meal plan, and I meal plan for a couple of weeks at a time, and I do base my meal plan off of items that we already have on hand, at least the majority of it. And we do pretty much always have meat in the freezer. My husband is a cowboy and he gets beef from his job every year, so that definitely helps out in meal planning and budgeting for our groceries. And so to stock my pantry, what I like to do is I make out my grocery list, I have it ready to go, and then I pick at least 1 or 2 things to add to my list that are just to stock up my pantry, whether it's an extra can of soup or green beans or an extra jar of mayo or bottle of ketchup. I just like to at least add a few items to my list, and if the budget allows, I would add a few more. But yeah, I'm just slowly trying to build up my pantry stock, and I'm not trying to go overboard. I just want to keep some items on hand. If 2020 taught us anything, it is we should always keep at least a few items on hand at all times, including toilet paper. We all know how that went. So that's what I'm trying to do, and that's how I do it on a budget. And yes, I did portion out the cookies in small snack-sized bags, and I'm doing the same thing with the crackers. They will just last so much longer in my pantry this way, as opposed to just sticking the package in the pantry. I'm not sure why that is, except for maybe portion control, where instead of grabbing a whole package of crackers or a handful of cookies, you just take a baggie instead, and it makes it so much easier to grab and go for lunches. So that's what I do for our family. A lot of the containers I'm using I actually purchased at Dollar Tree. The cereal containers, however, I purchased online from Sam's Club, and they were a package of 3, and they're actually bigger than I anticipated, but I've been really happy with them. If I can find links to any of these, I will link them in the description below. And for the extra snack items like these peanut butter crackers that I buy in bulk off of Sam's Club, I'll just put them in a separate container and put them at the back of the pantry. It's just kind of like my back stock item so that I can refill the other container whenever it gets low. I had placed the oatmeal packets in the pantry, but it made more sense to me to move it next to the cereal, so that's what I did. So in this cabinet, it has our cereal, the oatmeal, flour, sugar, powdered sugar pancake mix, some low carb items, supplements, as well as coffee supplies. And then let's take a look at the pantry. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Of course, I would rather have perfectly matched jars for the nuts, and I'll probably work on that, but for right now I just used what I had, and I'm just really happy with how this space turned out. Here's another look at the before and the after, and I think that door organizer just makes such a difference, and I'm really happy with it so far, and I will have it linked in the description below if you'd like to check it out further. If you're new to my channel, I share a lot of budget-friendly DIY home and lifestyle content if you like that sort of thing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. I'd really appreciate it, and I would love it if you hit subscribe and hung around. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.